Hello and welcome, everybody. My name is Tiffany Roman, and this is Small Biz Highlight. I still can't get over how cool that looks. If you have not seen my intro yet, oh goodness, please rewind this and see it, or message me. I will totally send it to you. So quick, straightforward, to the point, revealing the logo, and it just looks so epic. I love the music behind it too. Jeffrey, a good friend of mine, I met during a networking event, designed that for me. It was nice enough to do that. So excited to have him on the show actually in a couple weeks. So he'll be able to tell you a lot more about what he does and the magic he provides, because I mean, my intro is amazing. I'm so excited. I could not hold out till today to broadcast it for the first time. I had to do it last night for the new episode. And just so excited to be here. So excited to be here. Guys, it is my 1-year anniversary. That's right. That's right. Listen to me. Today is our 1st year anniversary. Small Biz Highlight is 1 year old today. To tell you that I thought I would be here right now, that it would get to this point. Yeah. Nope, I would not have believed you. I would have laughed at you and thought you were crazy, to be quite honest. But I'm so glad to be here, so honored to be a part of this mission that I've got going on. And we'll get into all that later. But first, I must pay respects. So I want to ask you all to join me for a moment of silence. A year ago today, yes, was the beginning of Small Biz Highlight. I broadcasted live for the very first time. My first episode was with a good friend of mine, Mr. Billy Zarillo. But about an hour before my episode aired, I got the phone call that my grandfather had passed away. So as wonderful of the day as it is today, and how much I want to celebrate with you all, I also, just want to give a brief moment of silence for my grandpa. He's missed every day. I know by everybody in the family. He's such an amazing man. And, his death was not completely a surprise, but, it still came a lot sooner than a lot of us were expecting. So to get the news an hour before I was going to go live, I was like, okay, come on now. But I remember Billy, was trying to be polite, asked me if I was sure I wanted to continue doing this. And, my grandfather was always behind me in my corner and always pushing for me to do things out of my comfort zone, always pushing me to be better, always pushing me to do everything. So I remember I told him, if I don't do this, I feel like I would always have this thing in the back of my head that my grandfather would be hitting me upside my head right now. So we went on and did our first episode of Small Biz Highlight that night. But like I said, I just want to, if you don't mind, just do a brief moment of silence for my grandpa in honor of him. Ooh, trying not to cry. All right. Ooh, love my grandfather so much. All right, so yes, today is like one of those double-edged sword kind of days. I do miss my grandfather very much, but I'm also very grateful for what he taught me, his support through the years. And, I know that if he were alive today, he would be cheering me on and logging in despite not knowing the first thing about computers. He would be figuring it out because he was just that kind of person, always being there for everyone that he loved. So, gosh, 1 year. I still can't believe it's been 1 year. I want to thank everybody who has always taken the time to log in, check out the episodes. My experience with this kind of thing has been just like diving in. I started this show for a simple reason, to be honest. It was around the time that the shutdowns just happened last year. So it's been a year now since the shutdowns happened. COVID was out there and causing all kinds of ruckus with small businesses. And I knew I had a ton of friends who not only had brick and mortar businesses, but had businesses that they were working from home, that now everything was about to change for them. And I also knew that, businesses that, were so dependent on word of mouth that they were able to go to vendor events, they were able to be out there communicating with people. They were not able to do that anymore. And I just could not shake the feeling that there had to have been something I could do. So I reached out to a few of my friends, asked them if they would, trust me enough to go live with them, interview them, give them that opportunity to let the world know they exist, that they're still operating despite all the shutdowns, how they can be reached, how they can help them, all of the above. And it got off to a slow start. And all of a sudden, I think it was about September or October, made a couple posts on Facebook, said if I didn't get any more guests to be on the show, then I would just kind of let it go, let it run its course. And all of a sudden, in one evening, I was booked pretty much through my 1-year anniversary for shows. I just could not believe the response that I got for it, and am just so grateful for this opportunity. I keep looking back at old episodes and realizing, gosh, I hope I interview a whole lot better than this. Because my first few episodes, I was absolutely nervous. If you think I look comfortable, thank you. First of all, I appreciate it. But honestly, before I go live, especially in a situation like this where I'm by myself, I can promise you I'm doing a little bit of Lamaze before I go live. Always a little bit nervous, but as this year has progressed, I've gotten a lot more comfortable with it, have gotten really into it, enjoy it, and have loved the opportunity to, have these businesses trust me with their stories, with their family, basically, because they're giving you this insight into their family life, the way they live, letting you know how COVID's affected them, their business, and all that. That's all very personal, especially to a business owner, a small business owner at that. And they have all these businesses over 64 episodes I have now, 64 businesses. It's just crazy. And there's so many more businesses out there that deserve to be heard. And I'm so excited to see what the future holds for the show. Try have banners here to keep me in line here, so I'm not going all over the place, because I can ramble on forever about the show and just bore you guys to death. But all right, so tonight I do have an opportunity to use a game to kind of raffle off a gift card. It's a little bit different of a game. I actually featured the owner of the game, Top Tail it's called. All right. The owner was on my show a few episodes ago, right? And let me tell you, Peter Seiler came up with an amazing game. It's so much fun. It's called, let me get this before I say the wrong thing, because I always say Yub Nub. Yub Nub is the name of the company, if you're interested, and Top Tail is the name of the game. Basically, what it's doing is giving you icebreakers, different scenarios, different things to talk about that's going to help people kind of start talking, share things that they may not share on a regular basis, but they're hoping to win, because the object of the game obviously is to tell the best story. I'm going to show you a card, and I am going to ask you to put into the comments your best response to the card. And then later on tonight, after the broadcast is over, I'm going to look over all the responses and make a post indicating the responses that I received, so that everybody can vote which one was their favorite response. The favorite response voted by all of you will win a gift card. Super easy, huh? And kind of finagling it about a little bit, of course, because we're playing over the internet. I hope Peter's okay with that. Sorry, Peter. But typically you would play it in one room with everybody around and immediately voting and whatnot. So I'm just, going with the punches here. So, because my grandfather was such a profound man and always had words of wisdom for me, I want to know for this game today. Let's see if I can get this to, no, it's not going to show because my light is too bright. All right, so most profound words of wisdom. Now on the card, it does say he who hath smelt it must have dealt it. So please, if you're inclined to be funny about it, please do. I'm totally open to that. But I'm interested. What are some of the most profound words of wisdom that you have received in your life? Let write those in the comments. And like I said, I will combine all of the answers into a post so that I can go ahead and open it up to be voted on. The one who gets the most votes as the favorite response will be the winner of a gift card. Super easy, right? I thought that would be fun. So, oh, I have a couple people commenting. Hi, thank you, Angie. Thank you, Angie. And my friend Sandy. So, Small Biz Highlight has been through a lot this year. Before I go into more about what actually we do and everything else I've got listed here to talk to you about, I'm going to bring on one person that I actually had on the show before, and she's been a part of my vendor events. So I'm really excited to have her come on so she can tell you about how amazing I am. No. Versus me just flatting on about it. But Shauna!
Hello.
Hello. Oh my God, it feels like forever. I haven't seen you in so long.
I know life is getting busy again. I'm sitting in my car at soccer practice right now.
Mom life. That's just mom life right there.
Yeah,
I love it.
it really is.
Now, Shauna was one of my first few guests to be featured on the show. She is the owner of Forever Etched.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And she's been busy with all kinds of other business ventures since then.
Yeah.
But goodness, Shauna, why don't you tell us what's been happening since you were last on the show?
Yeah. So COVID has taken our lives in crazy, twisty turns and different directions. We are still full force trying to push our name for Forever Etched out there. The wedding industry is really starting to pick back up. I just
Awesome.
had an open house event last weekend, and there's a lot of excitement around getting back out there and people starting to have small get-togethers again, and really have those little intimate ceremonies. So I'm really excited just to see a lot of these couples who have spent the past year putting everything on hold,
Yes.
starting to have the chance to bring their dreams alive. So super fun, just meeting new people and getting out there and being with the community again.
Oh my goodness. Now, I did ask you on here for a specific reason because it's my birthday. No, it's Small Biz Highlight's birthday. And I wanted you to come on because you are actually a success story for
Yeah.
Small Biz Highlight, which I am very excited about. This is like a proud mama moment right here. So
Yeah.
can you tell everybody about our little success story moment?
Yeah, absolutely. So, um, Tiffany interviewed me when I was so new to the whole industry. I really didn't even know how to tag on Facebook or Instagram when we met. So it's really, really ironic that our paths crossed because I don't even remember how I went about reaching out to you at this point. So I think I just happened to see something you had posted in one of the business community pages, and yeah, kind of took off and running that way. But I ended up seeing another interview that you did with Stacy from Whirligig Unique Boutiques, and we ended up getting in touch with each other through your recommendation. And I now have a small boutique at her store in Elizabethtown, and it's going really, really well. She's giving me great ideas and feedback, and we've been able to place a lot of orders through having our products there. So it's been truly, truly a success story for us.
Oh, I'm so excited. When Stacy asked me who I thought would be a good recommendation for her, your name was the first one that popped in my head simply because of everything else she had going on in the store. And by the way, if you're in Pennsylvania, have never been to Whirligig, you need to go.
It's so
You
cute.
need to go. They have everything and everything under the sun. I believe when I interviewed her, she said she had like 60 something vendors with products in her stores, from clothes to jewelry, of
Yeah.
course, to etched glass now and
Yeah.
other mugs and stuff. I mean, so many different things to choose from, and all made from local vendors,
Yeah.
guys. It's a great place. Plus, she's got a coffee shop, so you could go
Yeah.
shopping for gifts and whatnot, and then just go sip on some awesome coffee.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're great.
I was so happy when that connection happened. When you posted it on Facebook, I was like, oh my goodness, I did that. No, but I was so happy for you because like you said, you were still new. I was still new. What the heck did
Yeah.
I know about any of this stuff? But
Right.
you gave me that chance. And then, it opened up this doorway for you to have this opportunity at Whirligig. So I'm so excited for you. I know life has just been so crazy.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, goodness. But I'm so happy for you, Shauna. And I
Thank
know
you
you're,
so much. Happy
I'm so,
birthday to Small Biz Highlight.
no, yes. Thank you so much for taking the time. I know you're busy, mama, out there in practice right now, but thank you for stopping by really quick just to tell everybody your success story. It's got to be awesome. I have some people commenting some questions for you, so I'm going to have to connect you with some people. Okay?
Okay, please do that.
You have fun at practice, and I will talk to you later, my friend. Goodbye.
Thank you so much, Tiff. Bye-bye.
Oh, goodness, guys. Let me tell you, I have met some amazing people with being on this show. And Shauna has definitely been one of those people. She was definitely towards the beginning of the situations. She was actually the one that I would run to and be like, oh my gosh, Shauna, this stuff is driving me crazy. What am I going to do? And she, calmed me down and would talk it out with me. Awesome. I've made some amazing friends through this process and am forever grateful. But yes, forever etched. Shauna, I will definitely put her link in the comments as far as where to find her on Facebook and whatnot, so that you guys can get in touch with her if you're interested. She makes beautiful stuff, beautiful glass and mugs, like those iron mules, I think they're called. Don't kill me if I said it wrong, but I know you guys know what I'm talking about. But I mean, amazing stuff. So definitely check her out if you've got a moment. And of course, Whirligig Boutiques, definitely check that out. I'm telling you, they even did a live beauty runway fashion model kind of thing, showing off their clothing lines that they have featured in the store and whatnot. It was a lot of fun. And Kay does a really great job with that boutique. It's huge, great space, beautiful space. So I told you how Small Biz Highlight all started, right? Just with a heart knowing that I needed to help small businesses in some way. And it ended up just growing into this show that I was going to be committed to because of such a response with people wanting to be featured. And yes, I want to put out there that from the beginning, I have featured guests for free. And for as long as Small Biz Highlight on Facebook and YouTube exists, it will always be free. So if you know any small businesses out there that would want to be featured, or you have a favorite mom and pop shop or somebody nearby that you think would be a great episode to be featured, please send them my way. I would be honored to share their story and get them out there even further. As we progressed through the year, of course, I got a little adventurous and started doing vendor events. Now, ours are a little different than virtual vendor events that you will find on Facebook. Typically, virtual vendor events are going to be the ones that, a ton of different vendors are going to be into a group, and they're going to be competing with a bunch of different vendors on one timeline for attention, posting as much as possible, hoping that somebody's going to reach out to them and get their attention. On my vendor events, I take it one step further. Rather than just giving them that timeline to post their specials, post their products, post their information on how to get in touch with them and whatnot, we feature them for their own little infomercial, if you will, a 10-minute infomercial to give them the opportunity to actually showcase their products, their services. Either I'm interviewing them, I've had people do live cooking demos, I've had people just give tours of their store so people can actually see what they've got to offer and what the store looks like. It's absolutely 100% up to the vendor how they want to run their 10 minutes. It's their 10 minutes. But, it's been such a learning experience. I just kind of ran with it for Small Business Saturday last year, and I believe I had like 15 to 20 vendors for the event. My event ran 12 hours, but it was so much fun. I had some technical glitches, of course, because it was my first one, but it was such a learning experience and such a great time. The vendors were amazing. Plenty of them I've featured on the show before, have featured since, and have been repeat offenders for my virtual vendor events after that. So I am so honored to have them part of my extended Small Biz family, and continue to do so. In fact, I wanted to take my small biz family and give them an opportunity to network a lot easier. It's one thing to be featured on the show and for me to post people's information in hopes that you'll get in touch with them. But these business owners are so smart, so knowledgeable, so amazing that I know giving them a platform to not only introduce themselves, but give wisdom, give their point of view of what it was like to start their business, their point of view of what they wish they would have known that back then that they know now, stuff like that, stuff that would help a future entrepreneur, an aspiring entrepreneur that's looking to start their own business, things that they would need to know, want to know. It's all about educating the next generation of entrepreneurs. So I am looking into organizing a networking event, which I think would be a lot of fun, opening it up to, businesses being able to host their own breakout rooms so that they can talk with people individually, get to know each other and see how they can network and connect with each other, help each other's businesses out. Because if you have not heard it on my show before, you're going to hear it now. Small businesses are our own little clan. If we are not supporting each other, nobody else is going to support us. So that is why I felt so strongly about creating a networking event, to give that opportunity for small businesses, local businesses, home-based businesses, whatever your type of business. I want to feel welcomed, to feel that you are able to give your point of view and that it matters, because it does. So I'm looking forward to organizing that. I did try to plan one for today, but because I was gone on military duty, I really did not have the opportunity to network and market it the way I wanted to. So it's okay. We're going to start from now. I'm going to work my behind off to get this going, to have it be such a success so that hopefully I can make it a monthly happening for everybody to be able to benefit from. Oh my goodness. And then, of course, crazy things started happening, guys. So I went from hosting a web show that first I had no idea what I was doing. I started learning a little bit as I go, implementing all this technology, learning StreamYard, which, by the way, StreamYard has been a godsend. I don't know if I would have been able to figure it out with any other program, but now I've even taken it one step further with the vendor events, going into the the networking events. And guys, I'm a product and brand ambassador. So Ferroche Skin Studio asked me to be a product ambassador for them. If you don't know who they are, I can absolutely put their links in the comments so you guys can find them. Awesome vegan skincare made locally here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, by my good friend Di. And I'm telling you, life-changing products. You've got to see some of the before and afters of these. And I can absolutely post them in a Small Biz Highlight page for you guys to see, believe me. She has been through so much and struggled so hard through the loss of her son, and has taken that energy of hurt and pain to succeed in her business and help the world with their skin. Her story is so profound and so touching. I featured her on Small Business Saturday. So if you catch the replay of the video, you can absolutely look her up and hear her story for herself. I'm telling you, you're gonna feel it. And also, I am a product ambassador for Amor Umbrellas. Yes, it is a very cute red umbrella. I believe it also comes in white, if I'm not mistaken, and it's shaped like a heart. It's so cute. It's a big umbrella. It has a little indent on the top and a little pointy end on the bottom so that it looks like a heart when you open it up. I definitely can post pictures and links to show you guys what all that looks like. It's so great. It's so cute. And finally, I mean, check this out. So I was struggling, like so many of you, during the shutdowns. After I was pretty much forced to quit my job, um, I really had a hard time enjoying day-to-day life. It was always struggling, trying to figure out, where do I go from here? Keeping busy with the show, but then trying to figure out, how am I going to get money for the family? How are we going to pay stuff? How are we going to get food? We're going to do all of this. And I just was not enjoying day-to-day life, was not enjoying it as much as I could have with my kids. And as for anybody who knows me, I am a huge geek, and proud of it, by the way. But I love things like what happened today in history, and knowing what national days and national weeks and national months, because those things are so interesting to find out the history behind them and whatnot. So it got to the point where I started posting and talking about National Day Calendar, talking about, what I appreciate about it. A friend of mine, Cindy, has her own show, and she featured me on it and asked me why I enjoyed National Day Calendar, which she's also an ambassador, which is kind of cool, right? Well, because of that episode, I am now an ambassador for National Day Calendar. I've been trying to think of how to incorporate it into my daily life here for the show, for you guys, to kind of, introduce you guys to it too. And all I know is I want to share it with you guys. I want to, give you guys options on a day-to-day basis of things that you can celebrate. Their biggest thing at National Day Calendar is celebrate each day, okay? Every day. And yes, some of the national days that you're going to hear are going to be silly. You're going to be like, what? What are we celebrating that for? But there's so much history behind each of them. There's a reason behind each of them, and it's a learning experience, not just for you, but it could be a learning experience for the family, something you can potentially turn it into a lot of fun. So every morning at 8 o'clock in the morning, I am going to go live and let you in on what the national days are, what's going on today based off of the National Day Calendar, which I have handy. And give you some history behind maybe one of the national holidays, and go from there. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to try and make it a lot of fun, maybe get the kids involved every so often, and just run with it. Have a really great time with this, because it's an honor to be considered to be an ambassador for anything, and to be considered to be an ambassador for National Day Calendar, along with Ferro Rocher Skin Studio, excuse me, and Amor Umbrella. I'm just excited to see who else is going to trust me with their products and their business to, put their information and products out there, spread the word, help spread the word about them. So, and finally, of course, you all have probably heard by now that Small Biz Highlight is going to turn into a digital TV show. Now, I still don't have an effective date yet. I know. I have been talking about this probably since January of 2020. December, maybe, I think, is when I started talking about it. It has been a process, let me tell you, a lot of work behind it, a lot of amazing people having my back and supporting me through the process and getting it through everything that needs to get done so that we can be an official TV show. And I cannot wait to share this experience with you guys, honestly. So the moment I have an effective date, an official time slot, all of the above, I will definitely let you all know, and also go through how to find it and watch it, because of course that's important too. um, so one thing I wanted to end with, and this might seem a little, silly, but has anybody out there watched the movie Soul? Disney Soul. Um, it is basically, for those who haven't watched it, it's basically a movie about a gentleman who is so extremely infatuated with jazz music. Um, he's an adult who hasn't really gotten his break that he feels he's always wanted with the music industry. Finally gets it and dies. Ends up in the spirit world trying to fight his way back to his moment. Things happen in between. He finally does come back and he experiences it. Now, you would think that that's how the movie ends, but it's not. And Disney fashion, that is probably the most profound ending that I've seen in a really long time, to be honest. He has his moment. He gets to perform live with this really big name jazz person, and he is so certain that this is what he's supposed to be doing with the rest of his life, that this is what he's supposed to be, that this was what he was born for. And then after the concert, he's just like, okay, so what happens now? Like, there was still an empty feeling. There was no sense that he was complete, even after getting the big break that he's finally always wanted. And that really spoke to me. And bear with me a minute here. Like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, if you would have told me that a year from now I would still be doing this web show and, just finding ways to expand on it, to make it not only just a web show, but just a business, I would have laughed at you so hard I probably would have cried, because this is the farthest thing from what I expected to be doing with my life at this very moment. I had a job. I may not have always been happy in the job, but it was a job I was good at. It was a job I could excel at. It was a job that I knew how to do, and I was able to provide for my family. Plain and simple. I'm in the military, been in the military for 17 years. Nothing in my life has prepared me to be a web show host. I've never interviewed people. Going live, I'm telling you, I told you before going live today, I did a little bit of Lamaze. I'm not going to lie, because I get nervous before hitting that start broadcast button. But now, trying to incorporate what he was going through in that movie, he was so dead set on the thought that he was supposed to be a musician. He was supposed to play jazz for the rest of his life, that was what he was born to do. And yet when he finally got the chance, he just did not feel fulfilled by it. I want and hope that those of you watching, or those of you who know somebody who may be going through something similar, okay? I hope that you can look at me and see an example, minute one, I give you, but a small one at that, but an example that even though you are so dead set on what you think you're supposed to be doing, does not mean it's actually what you're supposed to be doing. I am hoping that, if anything, my experience with starting the show, starting this whole business of mine out of nowhere, gives somebody the motivation to open up their mind a little bit. really dig deep and figure out what it is that really gives you the passion to wake up every morning and work towards a goal. What really motivates you to want to be better, do better? Is it doing something for the community, like this web show helping out the small businesses? Is it starting your own business? Do you like to clean? Do you like to make crafts by hand? Do you like to, I don't know, there's so many options for small businesses, for just putting yourself out there, that all you have to do is take the leap. And it's scary. Don't get me wrong. It's terrifying. But having gone through the situation and being here a year later, no, everything is not perfect yet. I'm still learning as I go, still trying to perfect the show, still trying to do right by these businesses. But it's a learning process that I wake up to every morning, and I'm excited to figure out, how can I go from here? Everybody in this world deserves to be able to wake up and enjoy what they're doing and look forward to working with it and doing what they can to perfect it, at least as much as they can. So if you are not there right now, please, I encourage you to, take a chance at it. Take a chance at you. No matter what you decide to do, it's what you find to be your motivation, what makes you happy. You deserve it. Believe me. I'm telling you, it took a really long time for me to believe that for myself. I suffered really bad a few years ago with postpartum depression. I didn't want anything to do with anyone. I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to even see my family. My family came over, I hid upstairs. You can ask Vernon. It depended who it was, but there were times where I was like, oh, just tell them I'm not here, and I go upstairs and hide. I just didn't want to be around people. All I wanted was to take care of my kids and go to sleep. I had no motivation, no desire to anything, and it just was not me. That was not who I was supposed to be, and I could feel that. I was frustrated with it. Finally got the help I needed, both medically and from my family, opening up to them, especially my military family. Not all of them were very supportive, but the ones that were, I will forever be grateful for. Through them and their support, I was able to finally get to the point that Small Biz Highlight was able to happen. Had I not looked for the help, had I not desired to get better, or, put myself out there, I probably wouldn't be here today. So thank you to everyone, all my family members, my military family that, always had my back through that horrible experience. Thank you. Without you, I would not be here, helping all these amazing business owners in spreading the word about their businesses. Now, if you missed it earlier, I did introduce to you a game, Top Tail. All right, so Peter Seiler came up with this game. It's kind of like an icebreaker game. I am going to give you a card, read off a card to you, and it says, most profound words of wisdom. What are some of the most profound words of wisdom you have ever received? Now, you can be serious about it. You can be funny about it. The object of the game is to be the favorite response. Feel free to leave your comment in the comments, letting me know what your favorite words, your most profound words of wisdom are that you have received in your life. I will accumulate, why can't I talk? Accumulate the responses and put it up for voting. The one with the most votes as a favorite will win a gift card. So excited to offer that just as a thank you. Honestly, for those of you who have taken the time to watch, to listen, who have really been supporting me through this whole year. I'm so thankful to every single one of you. Like, follow, subscribe, share. Please show us some love. All of my social media is up top. You can always check us out at smallbizhighlight.com. You know, sharing and liking and subscribing to my channels, yes, it absolutely helps me and the business. But ultimately, you are actually helping out the small businesses that I feature on the show, because you are helping grow the audience that they in turn are going to have access to, that they in turn will be able to be in front of. And you never know what could happen from that experience. Look at Shauna. Earlier, Shauna came on and told you all about how, you know, I did an interview with her. A few weeks later, I featured Kay Dirk, which I owe her another interview, by the way. But it ultimately ended up with a partnership that has grown her business and has helped Kay's business in the process. That she's probably my only success story, but I am so happy that I at least have one in my first year of business, guys. My first year, I have one success story. It's a proud mama moment, a proud mama moment. See, I can't even talk. And I'm so proud of what that can mean for the future of the show. I look forward to many more success stories. If there is a success story out there that I don't know about, please share with me. I'd love to hear it. I want some more proud mama moments. Oh, one more thing. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? All right. Small Biz Highlight is on a mission. I want to feature one business, at least one business from every state in the US. Okay? Can you see my map? Look at my map. I have 10 states colored in. These are the states that I have featured already. See, Texas, Colorado, Utah, California. I need help branching out to those other states, guys. Look at it. I know you know somebody. My goal for the end of 2021 is 25 states. I'm close to halfway there. Help me get there. Help me feature your favorite local spots who deserve to have their voice heard on Small Biz Highlight. And who knows, they may end up on the TV show. But with that, like I said, please look for us everywhere on social media. Like, share, comment, share, show this show some love. And in turn, help these small businesses get out in front of so many other people that just may be looking for what they've got to offer. You never know. You never know. That is the beauty of word of mouth and why small businesses depend on it so much. So with that, I shall end the evening with my usual response, my usual reminder, my usual little tidbit for you. Support your community. Put your community first. You do that by shopping small and supporting local. Thank you, everyone, for all of you who stopped by to enjoy this evening with me. I'm so grateful to all of you, and I will see you next time on Small Biz Highlight.